Hey everybody, Kyle Sasser here, the Ashler Home Team, the way real estate should be, and everyone's favorite time of the month. That's right, market statistics time. These statistics are for Hillsborough County for June 2023. Now you might be asking yourself, we're in July, why are we looking at June numbers? Can't we look at July numbers? And the answer is we do need a full month to make a reasonable comparison. So we compare June 2023 numbers to June 2022 numbers. And the reason why we do that, instead of comparing to, say, May 2023 numbers, is because the real estate cycle has a natural ebb and flow throughout the calendar year. If it gets really cold, or the weather's really bad, or school is about to let out, or school is about to open, the number of homes that sell tends to go down. By comparing year over year, we can remove some of that typical annual cycle. Now, I do pay attention to month, definitely more so now than previous years, because the market has basically been wild for the last 2 years. Now, everybody knows that home prices have skyrocketed, and the peak was basically May, June, July of 2022. After that, we had 6 months of quiet, which was an excellent time to buy a house. I cannot tell you how good of a time it was to buy a house. And basically what's happened is March 2023, the number of new listings dropped and the number of buyers came back. And so prices have started to come up again. And that's basically been the trend for the last 3 months or so. But that's basically why we compare June 2023 to June 2022 in the report and not to May 2022. If you remember back to your math class back in the day, you have median and average. Average, that's the one everybody knows. Let's say you have 5 houses, you add up what those 5 houses sold for and then divide it by 5, that gives you the average home price. Median home price is a little different though. So median, what that is the midpoint where there's an equal number of homes for sale for more money as there are houses that are for sale for less than that point. It's more of the true midpoint of the market. Average sales price can be swung significantly if there's a significant number of very expensive or very inexpensive homes that have sold. Nowadays, it is definitely more of the very expensive side, more so than the very inexpensive side, as we will see. So for example, if a few $13 million homes sell in a particular month, that can really move the average sales price, whereas the median price does not move that much comparatively. All right, well, let's dive into these Hillsborough numbers, shall we? Closed sales is down 10.8% from 1,829 to 1,631. Total number of cash sales is down 42.7% from 548 to 314. Median sales price held steady, 0.7% change, from $435,000 to $437,990. Average sales price went from $556,000 to $566,000. Dollar volume still hanging around the $1 billion mark. It is currently at $923 million per month, which is a decrease of 7.7%. Median percent of original list price, so what this is whenever you list a house for sale, what percentage of that original asking price does the house eventually sell for? And we're still off 100%. We're down 2.5% to 98. And that's probably rapidly going to climb back up to 100 with this current trend. Median time to contract is up 157.1% compared to last year to 18 days. Total number of new listings is down 36.3%. From 2,731 to 1,739. Total number of active inventory is down 16.7% from 2,807 to 2,339. Month supply is up 11.3% from 1.5 months to 1.7. Foreclosure, it's a little noteworthy. It's the first time we've had double-digit foreclosures in a while. So we have a total of 10, which is a 150% increase. Short sales was 2, total of 2 in all of Hillsborough County. Now, one thing I do want to kind of go over here is the median to average price month to month, specifically the median price. So our peak of June, July 2022, so June 2022 was at $435, July was at $437. Our low point was February 2023, which was at $399,000. So we pulled back $35,000 to $40,000 in just a few months there. And now we have rapidly moved back up to $437,990, which puts us at a brand new peak. Median sales price in Hillsborough County is currently blazing new highs. We are basically in new territory again. Average sales price basically follows the similar trajectory, just a little bit more movement. Now, I do like to dive into the price points because a $1 million home will sell it with a little bit different time frame than a $300,000 home, primarily because there's just not as many buyers at that $1 million or more price range. So total number of closed sales is basically down. There's a couple exceptions that hung around at 4%. 200 to 250,000, there was 29.4% fewer homes sold, total of 36. 250 to 300,000 is down 21.6%, total of 80 sold. 300 to 400 held relatively steady, 4.5% change, total of 508. 400 to $600,000 was down 20.9%, total of 579. And then $1 million or more was up 4.3%, total of 121. At the very low end of the scale, 0 to 100,000, there was a total of 1 that sold. 100 to 150,000 was down 22.2%. Total of 7. So if you're trying to find a house under $150,000, it is extremely difficult to do so in Hillsborough County. Median time to contract is quite a bit longer than Pinellas County. So Pinellas County is hanging around 14 days. Hillsborough County is hanging around 20-ish, most price points. So 250 to 300,000 is hanging around 23 days. 300 to 400,000 is hanging around 21 days. 400 to 600 is at 19 days. 600 to $1 million is at 13 days. That is extremely fast. Total number of new listings is down across the board. Just not very many houses getting listed for sale currently. There's a total of 1 under 100,000. 200 to 250,000 was down 28.6% to 45. 300 to 400,000 was down 37.7% to 455. 400 to 600,000 was down 41.1% to 636. 600 to $1 million was down 27.8% to 343, and $1 million or more was down 31.7% to 138. So basically everything, we're only listing 2/3 as many houses this year as we were last year. And total number of inventory, which is basically last day of the month, we check and see how many houses are for sale at each price point. There was 0 for sale under 100,000. There was 2 between 100 and 150,000, which is an 86.7% decrease. 150 to 200,000, there's a total of 10, which was a 72.2% drop. 200 to 250, there was a 58.5% drop to a total of 34. 300 to 400,000 was down 33.1% to 441. 400 to 600,000 was down 16.7% to 860. 600 to $1 million held at 5.3%, total of 521, and 1 million or more actually increased a bit, 9.2%, up to 392. And that is the Hillsborough County statistics. If you've been watching the videos for a while, last month I actually kind of split Hillsborough and Pinellas into 2 separate kind of explanations for what the market's doing. It's the first time I've ever had to do that, and I think I mentioned then that I fully expected to kind of re-merge that back together. So the numbers are different. Hillsborough County is less expensive than Pinellas County is. Usually the trajectory of the market follows in line. Last month was a little bit of an exception where they kind of branched off a little bit, but now they're both very much back to kind of following the overall trend. The market's still crazy. We don't really have any overarching trends other than fewer houses are getting listed, but enough people are buying houses that prices are still going up. Multiple offers is extremely common. Pinellas County, I have not had a non-multiple offer situation in a month. Hillsborough County is a little bit more on the 50-50 side of things, which has been a change and an increase in the last month and a half. So starting to see more multiple offer situations in Hillsborough County. But Pinellas County is basically, we're doing escalation addendums and we're bringing our A game to try to get contracts accepted over there. Hillsborough County is still a bit more negotiable and a little bit more back and forth with sellers over there on that side. So far as how long this trend's going to continue, there's no indications that this current trend is going to stop. Anecdotally, I have noticed that most of my clients have currently been either like 300,000 or under, or 1 million or higher, 800 or higher. I don't know if that's probably just kind of the natural ebb and flow of my business and who's reaching out to me and who I'm reaching out to. Just, every now and then you have waves. There was a period of time where I didn't have any, like 2 years where I had no first-time buyers, and I've had 4 this year so far, which has been a change. So, but by and large, it seems like just the market's a little fractured. It's still figuring out where it's going to go. The inventory's not decreasing, so the prices going up. It's like the stats as they sit don't really make sense, other than if you look at it like there's basically like 2 or 3 separate markets that are resulting in this overall just kind of odd trend. If you're building inventory and supply, you wouldn't expect prices to be going up like they are, but they are. And with the number of buyers being higher than it was, but less than the number of new listings, you would still expect to build inventory and for things to get a little easier and a little easier. But that has not been the case. This has been kind of the story for the last 3 or 4 months. I've been keeping a very close eye on this, and there hasn't been a break point yet in either direction for what's going to change or shift. But I have a feeling that there's probably going to be something in the next few months. And, of course, obviously the question with that is going to be, well, which way is it going to go? Is it going to go up and go down? Could go either way. That is what a wild market means. It means that, or a volatile market. It means that it is trying to find some equilibrium. Real world, what you have is you have sellers obviously wanting to sell the house for the most money possible. On the buyer side, people still have to buy houses, but they're not happy about where the prices are or where the interest rates are. But you still have to buy houses, and obviously, Tampa Bay area is still a very in-demand area. There's even some other areas of the state where things are a lot quieter. Our neighbors to the south in Sarasota, things are a lot more quiet down there. But Tampa, for whatever reason, Tampa, St. Pete, Clearwater, it's on everyone's radar nowadays. I can't really say where this trend is going to play out other than for the foreseeable future. Prices are going to continue to increase. Now, whether that accelerates into a turbocharged, we're adding $10,000 to $20,000 a month to median sales price like we were in 2021 and 2022. Can't say, versus, if demand evaporates and things start hanging around longer, like it could tip either direction. I know that's not great and clear news. I know you probably watched this to try to glean some insight on what the market's going to do, and we're still just kind of in this wild stage. Overall, though, I say this as someone who has bought a house in the last year. We're actually about to celebrate our 1-year anniversary of buying this house. The market's going to do whatever it wants to do. I would not trade, even if the price drops $100,000 tomorrow. I would be bummed for sure, but I would still be extremely happy with this house. And the reason why is because even in a great market, if it's a buyer's market, make sure that you're comfortable with the budget and that you're not going to be stressed about the budget, no matter which way the housing market goes. And you want to buy someplace that you are excited to live in. If you do both of those things, it is very hard to be unhappy. Now, if you're trying to time the market and realize a significant return on investment within 5 years, that's where stress and, getting mad, all that shit's up. Personally, I don't think a home that you live in should be viewed as a return on investment vehicle. Definitely do what you can to set it up that way. But so far as, guaranteeing a positive ROI, it's not a recipe to be happy long term. So thanks for tuning in for Real Estate Statistics for July 2023. My name is Kyle Sasser. I would love to help you find your own place in the Tampa Bay area. If you would like to experience the way real estate should be, please reach out to me. Contact information should be below. You can give me a call at 813-323-7396. You can shoot me an email, Kyle@ashlarre, ASHLARRE.com. Should be a book a call link down below as well. If you would like to choose the time that works best for you, feel free to schedule a call there. I am here to help you out, answer your questions, and help guide you through this real estate process. So I want to thank you so much for watching these statistics, and I'll talk to you soon.